Hey, weirdos, I'm Ash.
And I'm Elena.
And this is Morbid.
This is Morbid Listener Tale.
Brought to you by For You, From You, and All About You. I really lost myself there.
You did, but you found yourself at the end.
That's what's important.
We are not dressed in costume.
You are.
Honestly, I'm not. We're going to pretend we are. So we're going to be talking about haunted schools today. And so I'm wearing a Woodsboro class of 96 shirt.
That's
so
cool.
I'm just pretending I'm from that class.
I never liked school, so my shirt says even baddies get saddies, and I would get saddies at school, but whilst being a baddie.
It's true. And your time would be baddie.
My time would be so baddie.
It'd make you saddie.
I mean, the time that I was in class was baddie. Hanging out was not so baddie.
Then you were a baddie.
Yeah.
So, it's been a long week. It kind of came up quick.
It's been a long week, but it's actually Wednesday.
Yeah. It's been a long couple of weeks.
That tells you everything you need to know.
Long couple of weeks. Good things.
Yeah.
For the most part. Good things.
Mm-hmm.
Great things.
What was it? Was it last weekend that we watched? Blumhouse was super nice and sent us a screener.
Yeah.
So we had a movie night with Mikey and Dave.
We did.
And they gave us the trailer for Drop, which actually doesn't come out. God only knows when you're seeing this. Jod. So
Jod only knows.
Jod only knows, babe.
But yeah, it was fun.
It's a fun movie.
And it's really fun getting screeners. So thank you so much to Blumhouse.
That was so
cool. Really cool.
This is one you're going to want to see. Yeah. It comes out on April 11th. So if it is already April 11th or past, it won't be. Mikey's saying it's not. So when the time comes that it's April 11th, go to the theater. Watch Drop.
Go to the theater.
Go to the theater. It has Megan Fahey. She was in The White Lotus recently.
And she was really good in it.
She was really good in it, yeah. And it has a really hot guy in it. Brandon Sklenar. The Date.
Oh, yeah.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Mikey was just motioned that. Can you do that again?
Yes.
That was like the straight up charades. He was like the waiter. The server.
The server in the movie.
Absolutely.
Chef's kiss.
Hilarious.
One of my favorite things in the whole movie.
I forget.
Was the server.
I think his name is Jeffrey Self.
Yeah.
Was the server.
Phenomenal.
He made the movie, actually.
He really did. He was so good.
So yeah, go check that out. And thank you so much to Blumhouse. That was like really cool.
That was awesome.
And without further ado, these are brought to you by For You, From You, and All About You, so we gotta get into them.
Let's get into it.
Let's talk about some weird ass schools. Shout out to Debbie for putting these together.
Deb. So I'll start, I guess.
Bitch,
Yeah, I'll start. This one's just called Listener Tales.
I love that.
And
keep it short and simple.
Just quick. Oh, that reminds me. If you guys have photos with your listener tales that you are cool with us sharing or want us to share, make sure you explicitly say that in the listener tale. Otherwise, we won't share them because, respect.
Privacy.
And all that.
Explicit.
But be very explicit, like, it is okay to share these or I want you to share these. And we mean on, Instagram.
Yeah, like
so
when we post.
Just because sometimes when we mention things in certain listener tales and we're like, holy shit, your cat is really cute, or like, holy shit, that picture's crazy.
Everyone's like,
I want to see it, but we're never going to share your shit unless you tell us to. So just make sure you say that in writing and all will be good. So this one's called Listener Tales, and it says, "Hey weirdos, I hope you get a chance to read my tale. It's all about the time I got haunted by prankster ghosts at boarding school and how I think it was your fault. Apologies in advance for any typos."
Apologies in reverse.
Yeah.
Apologies in retrospect.
Truly. I'm sorry. All right, let's see.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. Like, damn.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. So, I don't know if I can say their names, so I won't. Hey, weirdos. I've taken the liberty of changing my name in my story. Glad we took that out. Not because I think it matters, but because I think it's fun. Honestly, I do too.
I like that.
This might be my only chance to use the alias I've been developing since high school, Leah Baker. Boring, yes, but boring is believable. Street smarts.
That's honestly not boring. That is street smarts. And why haven't I been working on an alias?
I know, now I feel like I
had plenty of time.
I feel remiss.
I'm going to start working on an alias.
Yeah, you got to. Anyway, I want to start by saying I'm a silent fan. I don't comment or engage with those who do, but I listen to your episodes the moment they come out. Honestly, much respect
Thank you.
being a silent fan.
Yeah, I'm a silent fan of a lot of things.
I'm a silent fan of almost everything except for Ghost.
The way that I was like,
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, I'm a silent. The things that I listen to,
aside from Ghost.
Yeah, silent fan, like podcasts and
Yeah.
stuff, like shows, anything like that. I'm pretty silent.
Yeah.
Unless I'm just like in there being like, this was great.
I loved this.
Like that's it.
Yeah.
But like very barely.
No, I get that.
So I appreciate it. So it says, I first discovered your podcast when I was training for a half marathon. Damn. And I really needed something to distract me from the horror of long distance running. I don't blame you. People told me that I would learn to love running. Spoiler alert. I didn't.
Me
But I
either.
did come to love the way you tell stories and roast the crusty panties off the whack-ass perps you talk about on your show.
Iconic.
Never listen to the haters telling you to change. You did what
won't.
no other podcast has done for me. You two made me laugh out loud for a whole hour as I shuffled around the track of a dimly lit field house late at night.
That's so nice.
I love you and thank you for that.
Stop doing that late at night.
Okay, that sounds weirdly specific. Let me explain. I used to live and work at a New England boarding school.
Ooh.
Hey.
Tell us which one offline.
Built in the 1800s, Latin motto, a president went there type of boarding school. It is in a very rural area, so there isn't much to do there besides hang out at the local pub or in the literal fields that surround campus. This is one of my favorite beginnings to any story.
Same.
You give me a New England boarding school from the 1800s with a Latin motto and a president once been there, and you can only hang out at the local tavern or the fields surrounding said school.
Yeah. It's kind of urban legend too.
It's delicious.
We just
love it.
Sipped it all up.
Love it. Because I was in my mid-20s, riddled with anxiety, bored as hell, and in charge of the largest dorm on campus, 100+ underclassmen girls, I needed an outlet. While many might prefer the pub and the comfort of a cold brewski with the lads, I prefer my misery straight, no chaser. I took to the fields, literally. I ran long trails around campus and began training for a half marathon. Unfortunately, boarding school teachers live extremely busy lives. You teach all day, you coach in the afternoons, you have duty in the dorms making sure the kids get along and, stay alive. You have meetings, clubs, professional development, etc., eating into every free hour of the day. Seriously, we didn't have sick days, and we worked on all those holidays people usually get off, like Memorial Day. This meant that if I wanted to run, I had to run before or after all my other duties. That makes sense.
It does. Sorry, I scolded you.
You're like, I'm sorry. I didn't know your life, okay?
I didn't know.
I often started my runs at 5 or 6 a.m. and after 8 or 9 p.m. This wouldn't have been a big deal if not for one very important thing. The school was very haunted.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly a skeptic of the supernatural. I was raised very religious, and while I don't rock with organized religion anymore, I'm still pretty sensitive to what else might just be out there.
Next time somebody comes to my door trying to sell me on a religion, I'm just going to tell them I don't rock with religion.
I don't rock with organized religion.
I just don't rock with it.
That is kind of how I feel.
That's
I just
exactly
don't rock
how I
with
feel.
it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
You can. I just
Yeah,
don't.
go for it.
Yeah. Just because we don't perceive something doesn't mean it isn't there. Hell yeah. When I first arrived on campus, I was quickly informed of some of the most harrowing ghost encounters I'd ever heard. One faculty member spoke about her child seeing a man looking through their window. The little girl described him in perfect detail, down to his eye color.
What the fuck?
Apparently, he came often and never tried to come inside. He would just observe what was going on in the living room. My coworker told me that she never saw the man, but she was pretty shaken by the encounter, especially since they lived on the 3rd floor of the building. Yikes.
Motherfucker was levitating.
He was just floating.
I don't like that.
Another coworker, it's very Salem's Lot.
I don't know that.
Another coworker, it's Stephen King. Another coworker told me that people who stay overnight in the campus health center hear footsteps outside their doors all night.
Ooh.
It is a pacing sound that goes away when they look to see who it is. She told me the school nurses believe it's the ghost of past night shift workers helping them out and checking up on the sick kids.
I kind of love that.
I really like that.
That's a nice haunt.
So you get it. Boarding school, haunted, spooky, but also the ghosts are nice? ? Anyway, back to me, Leah Baker. During my
Alias Leah Baker.
During my runner era, I used to follow the cross-country trail around the fields at night, guided by some sparse campus lights. It was actually very peaceful, and I enjoyed being able to see the stars above. On late summer nights, I would watch the lightning bugs dance over the tall grass around me, blinking slowly as if they were soothing me and encouraging me on my way. I love that.
Poetic and beautiful.
I preferred to run at night because of this, but one day I decided to switch up my routine and run in the early morning.
Smart. Switch up your routine.
That's very smart. That's when I saw them. A group of boys were playing soccer. It was a little foggy, but I could make out their goofy adolescent forms. You know the type, skinny and all elbows. They were all dressed in a similar sort of uniform. As I got a little closer, I saw that the uniforms looked very old-timey. Some of them had hats I'd expect to see on cast members of the Newsies. They didn't make any noise, but they all clearly were having fun and running around together kicking a ball. I was pretty shocked that any teenager would be up at sunrise, let alone a group of them, all while being dressed like Oliver Twist. So I shook my head once and looked back at the field. They were gone. I stopped dead in my tracks and felt chills over my entire body. I was suddenly very cold. Did I just hallucinate? I thought. Honestly, I was so bored, I wouldn't put it past myself. I chalked it up to a weird morning and the fog playing tricks and finished my run. The fact that you saw an entire soccer team
Fog.
and then just looked away and looked back and were like, I'm probably bored. Like you were really bored.
Honestly, though, that makes so much sense being up that early in the morning. You're like,
yeah,
I don't have the wherewithal for that.
Because you're like, do I want to investigate this?
Nope.
Probably not.
Nope.
Not before coffee, no. Soon the temperate fall weather...
We're almost there.
That just made me like ache for fall.
And by we're almost there, I mean 2 seasons to go.
We're so close. So close. Soon the temperate fall weather turned to a harsh cold winter as it does in New England. Oh. Why, God, why?
But we're coming out of it.
As a certified weather wuss, I cannot be caught outside the months of November and February. Bundle up? Layers? Never. So when it got too cold to run outside, I moved indoors to the field house. That's where you gals come in.
Hey.
What is more boring than running through countless grass fields? Running circles around a dimly lit indoor track.
Yeah.
My brain was melting, and my podcast app suggested I try a true crime pod called Morbid. Good job, true fucking podcast app.
Yeah.
I gave it a whirl and was immediately hooked. It was actually a guest episode. Oh, look at that.
A guest episode.
It was good. Talking about the tale of a badass Playboy bunny. It was Holly, I bet.
Oh, was it?
Holly Madison.
Yeah.
Who got fucked over by the system and men. Shocker.
100%.
Not. That was definitely Holly.
Yep.
Shout out to Holly.
Yep.
So anyway, there I am doing laps and listening to Morbid when all of a sudden the lights shut off in the building. That's a no for me.
That's like horror movie.
Initially, I wasn't that worried.
Girl.
My school had a 24-hour campus security team that would make the rounds to various buildings. Maybe they didn't see me and shut off the lights, I thought. So when I looped back around to the light switches by the door, I flicked them on and continued my painful shuffle. I had a long way to go.
I love that you were just like, I'm going to continue this run.
I'm going to keep running. Hell yeah. That night's run was supposed to be a 10-miler.
Oh my God. And just going in circles.
For 10 miles. You even wrote cue retching noises.
Yeah.
Honestly. A couple minutes later, I'm turning the far bend of the track and the light shut off again.
Oh, leave. Get out of there.
Annoyed, I shout into the darkness, "Hey, I'm in here." No response. Son of a biscuit-eating bulldog, I think. I love that you thought that.
I love that.
And flick the lights back on when I get to the switches again. I try not to curse in front of my students, so I have a few colorful non-curses locked and loaded at all times. Once again, a couple minutes later, the lights flick off for the third time. Okay, now I'm scared. I pause, Ash's voice in my earbuds, and say loudly, "Bro, what the hell?" No response. I stand there in the darkness for a few seconds, and suddenly I start to get very cold. This is a strange sensation as I was sweating a lot, and I could feel my tomato red cheeks burning bright red. However, I felt a very strong chill, like the temperature in the whole building had dropped rapidly.
Remember the USS Salem?
That kind of cold is a different kind of cold.
That's I've
like,
never,
truly.
we have survived New England winters,
Yeah.
and I've never felt that kind of
It
cold.
was just like to your bones
Yep.
kind of cold.
And it, like, afterwards, too.
Quick, too. Now, concerned, I jogged across the track to the light switch and the thermostat. I flicked on the lights, and the thermostat was at 66. As soon as I read the number, I felt warmer. reassured. I tried getting back to my run. Was it the ghosts everyone had told me about? No one had mentioned them being anti-health assholes. Like, hello, I'm trying to scrape together a couple endorphins and hide my big feelings and even bigger muscles. I could be at the pub, but no, I was in the frickin' field house at 9 p.m. on a Friday. About 30 seconds. I like that you were trying to hide your big feelings and even bigger muscles. No, after about 30 seconds into this internal monologue, the lights flickered. Annoyed, I shouted, "Knock it off! I'm almost done." Just like that, the lights stopped flickering. They stayed on the rest of the time, and I was able to continue my run and finish my introduction to your podcast.
Heyo.
Thanks, ghosties.
Yeah, shout out to the ghosts.
Over the next several weeks, I continued listening to Morbid on my runs, and the same thing happened a few more times to varying degrees. The ghosts had shenaned once, and they chose to shenanigan.
I see what you did there.
I like that. However, each time I told them to knock it off, they did. It honestly felt like they were trying to prank me. Or maybe they were annoyed that I was huffing and puffing in their hangout past bedtime. Well, I never saw the soccer kids again. My ex-boyfriend and I started to have dreams that ghosts were hanging out in my apartment, throwing parties and hosting game nights while we were laying sleeping in my bed.
That's kind of funny.
I kind of love that.
Yeah.
My dog, Lady, seemed like she could see them and would stare around the room gazing at nothing, sometimes whining for no reason at all. My cabinets would open by themselves and stuff would be moved, but I never felt threatened in any way. It always felt like I was in the way. I had the overwhelming feeling that they thought of me the way a superior alien race might think of a puppy, cute but useless. Or the way teenagers think of millennials these days, cringe.
Aww.
So anytime the shenanigans began to flare up, I would tell the ghosts what I tell my students, grow up. It never works with my students, but it did work with the ghosts. Whatever they were doing to bother me would stop for a while. I really began to wonder if it was you two spooky gals that awakened these prankster ghosts. I did. I take full responsibility. That was me. I did it. Canon. It was like they heard me listening to y'all and said to themselves, this bitch will be a good sport. She'll be down to hang with some rascals having a little fun. In the end, I completed my first and last half marathon.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, good job. And got a new job that had a better work-life balance. That makes me happy for you.
I love that.
Well, I haven't had any true ghost encounters since leaving. Lady tragically passed away from cancer shortly after moving to a new city.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. Even though she's gone, I can still feel her with me. Yep.
A ghost lady.
Yeah, ghost lady.
I love that.
In my room, by the foot of my bed, or laying in her spot next to me on the couch. And my personal favorite, every time I take a bath, I can feel her spirit laying on the bathroom floor near me, like she used to love to do when she was still alive.
Oh, my cats do that.
I love that. Anyway, thanks for reading, and keep it weird, but not so weird that you turn into a ghost to prank a 20-something-year-old going through a quarter-life crisis, and has the absurd idea that accomplishing a difficult and random task will somehow fix her. It won't, but therapy will. Peace and love, Leah motherfucking Baker.
Leah motherfucking alias Baker.
I love you, Leah motherfucking Baker.
That was absolutely fantastic.
That was a good one. And oh, Lady is beautiful.
Let me see.
Lady.
Oh.
Also, you're beautiful.
Oh, wait,
Leah
I have
motherfucking
access to
Baker.
I was like, let me see as if I can't see that on my own.
Yeah, Leah motherfucking Baker, you're gorgeous. And so is Lady.
Oh my god. Oh.
And good on you.
Truly.
Good job. You finished that half marathon. You
did
that
it.
shit.
You did it, brother.
I'm going to close this while this lady reads. So I'm not half Mac.
Human lady. Half Mac. Sometimes I become half Mac when we do these things.
Very, how did Mikey put it? You're very Mac forward.
Mac
You're very
forward.
Mac forward.
It was when we did the Andrew McMahon episode, and I realized that literally the entire episode I'm just like this. And Mikey tried to subtly tell me, but I don't understand subtlety.
Yeah, that's okay. You know?
Yeah. So, but now I close.
And I closed.
Yeah, I close.
Now I'm Woodsboro forward.
I love that.
I always am.
Yeah, truly. All right, well, my next one is also just called Listener Tales.
Hey!
You guys are short, sweet, and to the point
Yeah,
lately.
like, let's go.
Oh, I gotta put it in a put-a-fuh. Give me a second.
Put-a-fuh.
You can leave that in if you want to. All right, so Listener Tale. Devil on campus.
Ooh.
Devil
On campus.
That's so dumb.
That is dumb.
All right. My name is Lisa. Feel free to use my name.
Lisa!
Lisa! You're really funny today. Boy, do I have a story for you.
Hydrated.
Hydrated?
I think that's why.
I'm hydrated too, but I don't feel as funny.
I feel silly and hydrated.
Silly goofy?
Yes.
This is a silly goofy girl.
A silly goofy girl.
There's this creator on TikTok, or he's like not a creator on TikTok, he's just like a comedian, Morgan J. And have I showed you his videos? He's like,
feel like
are
you
you a
have.
goofy guy?
I think you have showed me him.
And he like
I'm gonna look him up.
sings.
A goofy guy.
He's like, I'm a
yes,
goofy
you
guy.
did show me him.
I want to go to one of his shows so badly.
As you should.
And calling you a silly goose made me think of that.
I like that.
Everybody go check out Morgan J. He's very funny.
Do it.
All right, Lisa. My name is Lisa. Feel free to use my name.
Lisa.
I'm using it so much. Boy, do I have a story for you.
Oh, yeah.
It may sound too crazy to be true, but trust me, I stayed up many nights following these events, not wanting to believe it myself, because what? Where does something like this actually happen, except maybe a bad B-rated horror flick? Well, I'll tell you where. My neighbors, and eventually my own college dorm room for the 2009 to 2010 academic year. I won't share the name of the school because I truly love that campus and I don't want them to receive bad publicity.
Oh, that's nice of you.
That is nice of you, very thoughtful. Bear with me because I have spent the better part of my life since this happened repressing the ever-living fuck out of these memories.
Damn.
But I will do my best to recount as much detail as I can. There was a lot that happened. So buckle up, weirdos, because it is about to get spooky.
I'm ready, and I believe you.
I believe you
I
already.
believe that this happened.
I don't even know what happened.
Was,
We're
I
like,
believe it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this all started as we were approaching the Christmas holiday during my first semester of college. Oh man, first semester. Damn, I barely made it through that and I didn't even see the devil.
I feel like I'm stressed already.
I know. We lived in typical freshman-style dorms. One-room cinder block boxes with 2 bare-boned bed frames, bodily fluid-proof mattresses, a couple of shelves, a desk, and I'm really stuck on bodily fluid-proof mattresses.
Like, I know that's correct. That's a correct way of explaining that.
So gross to think about. Are there places where you can, like, bring your own mattress?
I think you can bring your own mattress. If you've ever seen Gilmore Girls, then Yale is one of them, as long as you make arrangements to get rid of the old one.
Yeah.
Which
they
did
didn't.
not.
I would bring my own mattress. BYOM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go, girls.
A couple shelves, a desk, and a single sink with a medicine cabinet above it. The walls, despite being the walls, despite being cinder block, transmitted nearly every sound from the neighboring room we shared a wall with, including the unmistakable whoosh of water moving through the pipes as if they turned on their sink. Old pipes, old walls, gotta love it. Out of nowhere, for several nights in a row, our neighbor's sink would abruptly turn on in the middle of the night. The sound of water running through the pipes was enough to wake even this tired college student out of her stupor.
Or
I was like,
I like the dramatic pause. You were like,
or her stupor.
her stupor.
I was like, who's her stupor?
Who is it?
Out of her stupor. And this went on every night for several nights. Despite all of the activity I was hearing, I never actually saw our noisy neighbors until we left our rooms at the same time several days later. The first thing I noticed was how tired she looked, exhausted to be more precise. I said, "What are you guys doing in there every night so late, coloring your hair?" I said this more as a lighthearted joke because A, I didn't want to sound like a total buzzkill dickwad, and B, I'd never met her before and, first impressions.
Yeah, what are you going to say?
Yeah.
Did you guys pee a lot?
Hey, you guys like always peeing in there? She looked stunned when I said this and looked at me, still grinning, I'm sure like a complete idiot, and said, "We haven't been in our room for the past several nights. We've been sleeping in the common room downstairs." I would.
What the fuck?
That's when your stomach falls out of your butthole.
Yeah, and you say, "Excuse me?"
You say, "What the fuck?"
Come again?
Excusez-moi? Quoi?
There are many options. Any other options?
There's a few options of things to say, and we just named them.
We did.
My face fell. I wasn't quite comprehending the words coming from her mouth.
She picked it up first.
She went on to explain the weird things that had been happening in their room, starting with their vacuum turning on in the middle of the night unplugged.
Hate that.
I'd leave. I understand why they
Don't
were sleeping in the common
vacuum
room.
my room for me in the middle of the night.
Vacuum my room for me, but not in the middle of the night.
Not in the middle of the night, no.
And it was in the center of their room.
No.
Hate it. I kind of laughed it off, thinking maybe it was the stress of upcoming finals and that was getting to her. Again, I've never met this girl, who I will now call Mandy, name changed for privacy. Mandy. I didn't really think too hard about this initial incident, but apparently the rest of our dorm's floor did, because word got out about the haunted room on the 3rd floor, as it always does.
As it should. What is it better?
That's so fun.
Yeah.
At this point, the haunting had progressed to the sound of heavy footsteps walking back and forth in the room, even when nobody was home. A few of us decided, stupidly, to do a ghost hunt stakeout one weekend.
Oh, hell yeah. That's not stupid at all.
That's so fun. And you had to see if the
Perfectly
claims...
safe.
Yeah, see if the claims were really true.
Yeah, you got to see if the devil's in there.
Yeah, might as well.
Sounds like he is.
If
so
the devil's
go.
at your dorm room, you got to find out why.
Yeah, you got to see what he looks like.
It's like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Usually he comes down to Georgia. Why is he doing your
Yeah,
dorm
why
room?
is he here?
So there were a handful of us truth seekers huddled outside the dorm room Friday night, and we decided that the first experiment we would do was to sprinkle a layer of sugar on the ground and leave the room to see if any of it would be disturbed. I love that that was your first go-to.
Wow.
I've never heard of anybody doing that.
I would have done flour, probably.
Why?
I feel like you're going to get better imprints. More disturbance.
Listen to this one.
You know?
Yeah. You
If I
took
was
a
there, I would've
forensics
helped
class.
you out, okay.
But I wasn't
deal
there.
with the sugar.
That's funny, though.
Yeah.
Genius or stupid? I don't know. Well,
great.
I think it's, yeah.
Yeah.
But we all did our part and arranged a nice layer of sugar on the ground. I took one last look around the room to double extra make sure that nobody was hiding anywhere. Again, hard to hide in a one-room dorm with literally almost no furniture, but I still peeked under the beds and behind the curtains just to be absolutely
Good
certain.
for you. You got to make sure.
That's the thing. Then we all filed out and closed the door. Within a few minutes, the sound of heavy work boots pacing back and forth inside the now empty room began. We all had our ears pressed against the door, listening intently and also rooted in fear. It wasn't until somebody gasped that we looked down and literally saw the fucking sugar coming back out from under the door. What?
What is he doing?
Said as if somebody on the other side was kicking it back under the door frame. We waited until
That's petty.
That is petty. I kind of love that. Get your sugar out of here.
It's like, dude, we're gonna have bugs.
I mean,
What are you doing?
what are you doing? Doesn't the devil like bugs though?
I don't know. I don't know him.
Oh,
None of us really do, I think.
speak for yourself.
I mean, I don't know. Now I'm also just picturing, as soon as you said work boots, I'm picturing the devil wearing like some like cool
Tim's.
like combat boots. Like
Oh.
he's some like punk rocker in there. Just, like,
We're
kicking
picturing
sugar.
different things. I'm just picturing him in like Tim's.
I'm picturing like a rocker. Yeah,
I love that.
I like it.
This is
I'm
just
gonna
great.
stay with this.
So we waited until the commotion and footsteps inside the room stopped. Now I'm just picturing many different things
Yeah.
of the devil. Not surprisingly, the neat layer of sugar that we put on the floor was completely destroyed and strewn about. If that wasn't horrifying enough, upon further investigation, someone or something had written in the sugar.
See, this is where flour would have definitely come in handy. It would be clearer.
See? That's true.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
just saying.
She's doing the scientific method with your
Yeah,
thing. She's
sorry.
asking questions. If that wasn't horrifying enough, upon further... Oh, I already said that. I had written in the sugar.
Yeah.
Hovering over the message, we all peered down to see the word hi staring back at us.
I'm obsessed!
I kind of love that the devil wearing like whatever work boots or you think he's wearing
combat
was just like, hi.
Hey.
I just picture him being like, hi. Or like, hi.
I'm picturing Luke Cook from Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. That devil.
Oh. I shouldn't picture that.
I choose to picture that devil.
Choose your fighter.
Choose your devil.
Yeah.
I choose that one. That's what I'm picturing.
I don't even think I could say hi like him.
I think, yeah.
I would never be sultry
Yeah.
enough.
No, none of us could.
No, this devil in my mind is like a little like, you
like,
know,
"Hey."
he's like, hey. So I know, what the fuck, am I right? Insert
are.
crying face emoji here. We decided to all file back out and just see if anything else would happen. I'm honestly not sure if we heard too much more after that because I was still trying to process what I'd just seen, but we decided to take one last look and call it a night after we had just been outside of the dorm for a few minutes. There, written under the word hi, was, I'm Joseph. I love it.
I'm Joseph.
Hi, I'm Joseph.
I love this.
I'm obsessed.
I feel like I would be dying inside, but I would love this.
I mean, we have investigated how many haunted places
Yeah.
and had like crazy shit happen, but like
But somebody
never...
writing "Hi, I'm Joseph" would send me into orbit.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Again, not really sure of the reactions around me at this point because I swear I had tunnel vision and heard nothing but white noise as my mind tried to grapple with the fact of what was in front of me. I remember us helping clean up the sugar and numbly walking back to our own dorms. How do you just like sleep in your bed that night?
Yeah.
Knowing
that's
one
what
wall away, Joseph like said hi to you.
Joseph is just over there in his boots, kicking sugar.
In his boots. In his sugar cook.
His
sugar kicking butts. Boots.
His sugar kicking butts. He's over there in her sugar kicking butts. Joseph
and his butts.
Joey and his sugar kicking butts.
His butts.
Why is that so funny?
I don't know, but it really is. Get your butts on, Joey. There's sugar to kick.
I don't know I'm crying. It's butts. Something about sugar kicking too. It's funny.
Butts the house down.
Oh,
all right.
oh my
goodness. Not too long
Oh my
after
Joseph.
that. Oh my Joseph.
And his butts.
Not too long after that, Mandy told me that she decided to run a voice recorder during the entire night to see if she'd catch anything.
Ooh.
At this point, her roommate had moved out, leaving only her in there to deal with this.
Said, fuck that.
She said, "You're on your own, bitch."
You're moving in with Joseph now.
She said, "You already have a roommate. I didn't sign up for a trio." La la la. At this point, her roommate had leaving her on her own to deal with this thing. She said, "Lisa, I got the fucker on recording."
Oh no.
Why did he become a fucker all of a sudden?
I know. What did Joseph do?
Joseph is just chilling.
He said hi.
He's like, "Hi." On the tape, you can clearly hear Family Guy playing on the television in the background.
Oh, Joseph.
I'm like, was that on or no? I listened and listened until I heard it. Cutting through the background noise, a male voice appeared, as if speaking directly into the recorder. It said, in the most dead-sounding, raspy, ungodly, straight out of the pit's voice, "Hell is pain."
Okay, now this just sounds like it might be Pinhead, and I'm... Let's go, girls.
Oh, I hate that.
Hell is pain.
That would shiver my timbers.
My timbers have been shivered. My flabbers have been gasted right now.
That's my favorite
Like,
expression.
I can't...
My butts have been...
That's when you need to get your shit kicking butts on.
That's like, get your butts on. We're out of here. Get your butts on.
We're out of here. Come on, Mandy.
Come on, butts.
Oh, Joseph.
Joey.
Joseph.
Well, it wasn't
Joe.
Joe. No, I'm just picturing Joe Bradley from Southern Hospitality.
What?
I don't know.
Just Joe.
Just Joe Bradley.
Man.
Oh my god.
That's really scary, though.
No, genuinely, that's terrifying.
And like in this raspy, dead, ungodly voice, just being like,
"Hell is pain."
There you go.
That's so scary.
It's so scary.
I just conjured that.
You did. That was good.
Yeah, thank
Joey.
you. It's one of my souls.
Joey put his butts on and he came through.
Butts.
I don't know why.
Let's just name this episode Butts.
Listener tales.
Butts. Hand motions. Oh, butts.
Oh, man.
Well,
Joe.
it wasn't too long after that Mandy sought the counsel of a priest from a nearby Catholic church. He was young, clearly knew what his job priest. I kind of
Was he a hot priest?
Immediately, I felt like yes.
As soon as you said it, I was like, it's hot.
He's young and he's new at his job.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to be hot.
We got a hot priest coming. I love this story.
Woo! Hot priest alert!
Hot priest alert! Uh-oh. You know, I love Midnight Mass. Let's go.
I still gotta watch that.
You do.
But upon hearing all of this, hot young priest heard all the evidence that Mandy had presented to him. He gave her the rosary off his neck and said that there was a demon in her dorm room. They always go straight to demon.
This also just, feels like a movie.
It does.
The hot young priest comes.
We just made him hot.
No, he's 100% hot young priest.
Sexy
He
priest.
comes and he just gives the rosary off of his neck.
And he's like, "You got a demon.
You got a demon.
You got yourself a demon."
Thanks, hot priest.
He said, "Get your butts on the ground."
His name's Jedediah.
No, it's not.
With that accent, yes,
No,
it is.
He can't be a hot young priest named Jedediah.
No, he can't.
No offense if your name's Jedediah.
I know.
But I'm sorry, it just doesn't work. That's not in my fantasy.
It's not me, it's science.
What's hot young priest's name?
What's hot young priest's name? Luke. I'm just thinking of Luke Cook now.
I know.
I just can't get Luke Cook.
I'm watching Emily in
head.
Paris, so I'm thinking of that Luke, and that's like not.
I don't know what that is.
It's not my vibe. Yeah, it's not your bag.
Hot young priest. Mikey, help.
Sean O'Malley.
Oh, I'm for that.
Sold. Father
go.
Sean O'Malley.
Thank you, Mikey.
In the accent that Mikey said.
Mikey inserted a hot Irish priest. Here we go.
Let's go.
Here we go, girls.
Okay. Well, so he said by using the name Joseph, it was clearly mocking Christianity.
I knew it.
had a
I
feeling.
almost said it, but I didn't want to be that bitch, you know?
Well, you should have been
I
that
didn't
bitch.
want to be that bitch.
I forget it, what instructions hot young priest gave her. I'm just calling him that now.
He is, because she forgot the instructions.
Yeah, exactly. But clearly, this was something that she was going to have to take care of on her own, which is like kind of lame of the hot young priest.
A little bit.
I was floored. Aren't they going to come help? Is he really not going to come and cleanse your room?
That's
Apparently,
pretty
the
lame.
answer was no. But she said the fear in his eyes told her all that she needed to know. This was bad. We tried his recommendations and even tried praying in her native language, Spanish, but to no avail. Man, I'm like, you know, when you like get coffee from laughing too hard. Mandy eventually moved out of the dorm because things had gotten so bad and she moved in with us. By move in, I mean she was sleeping in a sleeping bag between my bed and my roommate's bed.
I don't blame her.
I don't either. We only had a week or two before finals and we could finally get the hell out of there. Mandy's haunted dorm that we shared a wall with had been cleaned, emptied, and locked by the university staff. They said don't go in there.
Shit.
They said nobody's cleaning up your sugar.
Bitch.
Nobody had a key anymore. Let me just drive this point home. Nobody had any access to this room. Got it? We continued.
That is the devil.
the devil.
The devil.
We continued to hear the heavy footsteps pacing back and forth in the room. We heard the medicine cabinet open and slam shut. We heard what sounded like pencils rolling up and down the desk. Tension was at an all-time high.
Maybe he was just writing a novel.
Perhaps. And just getting really frustrated with it. Slamming the medicine desk. The medicine desk, the medicine, whatever.
Cabinet.
That's
even.
it. That's it.
Yeah.
Slamming the butts.
His butts were still going.
Tension was at an all-time high. We were all so stressed from living in a paranormal hellscape, on top of studying for finals, and living on top of each other. And Mandy just snapped. After a particularly loud March of the Boots. March of the Boots.
March of the Boots.
Mandy stomped her way over to the shared wall and started banging on it. She yelled, "Hey, motherfucker, we're trying to study. Shut the fuck up."
Damn.
What a legend, right?
Truly what a legend.
Yeah. Apparently it didn't find it so amusing. The footsteps stopped where they were across
Whoa.
the room, pivoted, I shit you not. I could hear the heels of the Buhtz pivoting in the cheap dorm room carpet, and they even marched to the opposite side of the wall directly in front of Mandy's face, separated only by wall. A binder on the shelf above her head literally flew off the shelf in the opposite direction that it was leaning. We all ran out as fast as our freshman legs would carry us.
Damn.
This is horrifying. Her sweet angelic parents actually paid for us to stay in a hotel that night. That should be the end of our problems, right? Wrong.
No.
Wrong.
Yeah.
That night, as we were all drifting off to sleep, the entire hotel bed began violently shaking. Like all four legs took their turn coming off in the carpet and landing back down with a thud. Except speeded up times 20, and that's what it felt like.
Oh.
The whole thing only lasted for a few seconds, but I was frozen in fear. I was sharing the bed with Mandy, and neither of us moved. Neither of us even said anything. We were so scared, but so exhausted. We eventually fell asleep. But the next morning, I asked her if she felt the bed violently shake the night before. Unsurprisingly, she confirmed my fear. We ended up moving to a different hotel for the rest of finals week, and luckily, no more incidents for the rest of our stay. I came back the next year as a sophomore, but Mandy, understandably, did not return.
Yeah, fuck that.
The trauma from the past year just was too much. I kept an eye on the window of her old dorm room during this time. There was a light on in there for the first couple of weeks of school, but after that, the room went dark for the rest of the year. I guess the new tenant was also experiencing what it was like to rub elbows with Joseph.
Joseph!
Anyways, that's the story of how I accidentally became neighbors with a demon my freshman year of college. Hope you enjoyed me reliving my deepest repressed memories. Keep it weird, friends. Lisa.
Lisa!
That was an epic tale.
That was amazing.
That's the scariest college experience you could possibly have, I feel. One of them.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm pretty obsessed.
I want some more of it. I want to know where this school is. I won't tell
Yeah,
anyone,
can you tell
I
us that?
promise.
Yeah.
I just want to know so I can
go to there.
Go to there. I want to research about there now. I want to know what the fuck was going on. And also, Hot Young Priest got a downgrade, though, because I'm like, you're not going to go in the room.
Yeah, pussy.
Part of being a Hot Young Priest is you walk into a demon-filled area and you start being a Hot Young Priest.
It's what you signed up for, Hot Young Priest.
If you're just walking up there being a Hot Young Priest and you're like, I'm not going in that room, then you've lost it.
Then you're not
What
so
am I
hot.
even looking at right now? Go away.
Yeah, are you not even going to protect me? Ew.
Yeah. You're not even going to, like, try to get possessed for me?
Lame.
Really?
Stupid.
Whatever, Sean O'Malley.
Okay, Sean.
Lisa, I loved that tale.
That was
I love
great.
you for that tale.
Hurt you.
All right, my next one is going to be Bradford College, Haverhill, Massachusetts. Haunted College.
Massachusetts.
Hello, my lovely ladies. I've attached a double-spaced puttifa for your convenience. You can use my name and any in this tale. I'm a proud masshole and have grown up enjoying all the sights you gals talk about. I got inspired to write this tale from the listener tales Haunted College. I'm not a very good writer, so please feel free to edit.
Doubt it.
Yeah, I know you won't, but I have to say it. But if you do read it, totally Google it. Bradford is super active in Creepsville. Oh, and please explain to the non-New Englanders that Haverhill is pronounced Haverhill, not Haverhill. Just so you know. Laura. Let's see. Let's talk about Haverhill up in here.
All of our listener tales have been from L names.
I know, that is funny.
Yeah, Laura, Lisa, and was
Leah,
it Lily?
Leah.
Leah Baker.
Yeah, Leah Baker. Leah motherfucking Baker.
Alias.
That is weird.
La la la.
And we've had at least 2 New England colleges, and I have a sneaking suspicion that last one was New England.
It felt New England.
It did.
Yeah.
All right, so hello, weirdos. I am Laura, and yes, you can use my name, pronounced Laura. Most people think I don't know how to either spell or say my name, but I assure you, I know both, and now you do too. I am a New England gal through and through, and boy, do I have a great local college haunting for you. Like all the other listener tale submitters, if you read this, I will shit a dick. I also did 7 years of IVF. 7 years?
Oh my God.
You're a fucking warrior.
100%.
And 10 years ago, I had my precious twins, so I 100% relate to the kid talk, and it makes us working moms feel less than. It is
Aw.
not easy, but would not trade it for the world. Thank you for saying that.
That's
I
sweet.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
For 2 years, I attended Bradford College, which is in Haverhill, Massachusetts. This school is no longer called Bradford College, as it shut down at the end of my second year due to the president embezzling all the money and skipping town. Google it. We protested and everything.
Damn.
But my tale is not about that piece of shit garbage human. The school is like 150 years old or some shit like that, and evolved throughout the years. It was a hospital, an all-girls school, and then a college. I love that it was a hospital first.
I know, that's so cool.
Whenever a hospital turns into a school, shit always goes down.
And if it's abandoned now, I want to go to there.
Yeah, I
legally,
want to go
of
to
course.
there.
Like,
Yeah,
not
totally.
trespass.
No, of course not. Of course not. When looking from the street at the school, there is a main school building, which was used when I was there as dorms and business offices, and was the building used for the hospital. From the same road, you can see 2 outbuildings. One is a theater, and the other is just a building of classrooms. All 3 of these buildings are connected by tunnels. My first year of college, I lived in the main building and never had to leave, as the cafeteria was in my building too. I was very pale that year. All these buildings have their own hauntings. Main building haunting. This building was where the hospital was run, and it has 4 floors and has a beautiful ornate wooden staircase that made you feel like you lived in a mansion. We would sometimes hang out on the stairs as they were carpeted, and stupid kids hang out in the weirdest of places. Since we were badasses in college with no real adults in sight, we would hang out all over the building at all hours of night. One night, we were just there, chillin', and we heard on the 4th floor the sound of kids giggling and what sounded like running up and down the hallway. Fun fact, the 4th floor was the children's ward of the hospital.
Ooh.
We looked at each other and noped back to our rooms. We often would hear this commotion around 3 a.m. Ick. In the same main building, there's one room that is basically a gateway to hell. Okay.
I like how casually you said that.
Just like basically. a gateway to hell.
Basically, kind of.
I am 100 years old now, so I'm not 100. Same. So I am not 100% sure the exact number of this room, but it is a corner room. Things would be moved when the occupant was out and would fly across the room when they were in. No one joked about the goings-on in this room, and it was always cold.
Ooh.
The story/legend is some hippie opened a gateway to hell and never closed it.
It's kind of like unfair that the hippies get blamed.
I kind of love that though.
That's so scary.
And I totally believe it. No amount of sage. We were college kids. We all had sage because we were wannabe hippies, and well, pot was going to clear that room. Now for the priest in the main building.
Is he hot and young?
Is it a hot young priest? Along with being a hospital, it was an all-girls school that was, of course, run by nuns and had a resident priest. One of the priests was so evil. He's not a hot young priest. He's not a hot young priest, everybody. Danger, danger. Not a hot young priest. One of the priests was so evil, he would molest the girls and shame them into silence because priests. One of these girls was so distraught that she jumped from the roof of the main building and the kitchen building to her death.
Oh my God.
This woman in yellow haunts the cafeteria that is in this building. The lunch ladies do not joke about this, and the woman comes and goes even during the day. She will move things on the staff to the point where they have to say, "Stop it, lady." My friend who worked with security decided to check it out one night.
Wait, security?
Security.
My friend
Sorry,
who
I
worked
was
with
about to laugh.
security. I couldn't let it go.
I love how you go, wait.
Wait.
Shut the fuck up. I gotta make fun of you. Honestly, I get it. I would have done the same thing. Security.
Security.
Yeah, my friend who worked with security decided to check it out one night. The woman in yellow started typing on the cash register. They noped on out of there and refused to go back to do the rounds ever again.
Damn.
The theater. This ghost is a little girl who is mischievous and likes to mess with the lights and likes to hang out in this little winding staircase that leads to the balcony of the theater.
Ooh.
She's very active and shows herself to many. I've never seen her, but the theater teacher would have to ask her to not mess with them during performances.
That's so funny.
I think she might have been another suicide and had jumped from the catwalk of the stage.
Oh, that's so sad. I want to find this man, even if he's dead, and kill him all over again.
Seriously, I'm going to find this priest. I'm going to fuck his world up.
Yep.
Now for the haunting that my friend, we'll call him Andy, experienced. He decided to do a documentary on the school and the hauntings. I love Andy.
That's cool.
When he was editing his film in the technology lab, the lights and computers would go off and on, and it took him forever to edit. Then, when he went to show the film, which was in a theater in the library building, we only got to see the first 5 minutes. Somehow, the film would not play, and the lights were not working.
Oh, we've had that happen with episodes.
Yes.
One episode in particular. Remember that one episode that like it wouldn't let us continue recording?
It was crazy.
That scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, that was scary. We all noped out of there. For this documentary, he had invited a psychic to come and walk through the school.
That's so
The day before she arrived at the school, her apartment smelled like a swamp. The same smell that existed on our campus, as we had a pond that ran through parts of it.
What?
Ooh. The psychic met the little girl and I think other ghosts, but we never got to see the documentary. This same friend woke up a couple of times paralyzed and felt like someone was on top of him. This happened in the same dorm that the priest reported to have molested the girls in.
Oh, that's awful.
The last haunting happened to my security guard friend. They were patrolling the grounds during winter break. No one was staying on campus and it was deserted. They were in the library building where we tried to watch the documentary and saw a man dressed in priest's black cloak and big rimmed hat walk out the door.
Fight him.
I just got to chill.
Fight that motherfucker.
He went after the guy into the room, but the man was gone. There was a door in that room going to the outside, but no footprints in the snow. The priest just disappeared. And you guessed it, the guard noped the fuck out of there.
Damn, that's terrifying.
Well, that is my tale, and I hope it made sense, and I hope you keep it weird, but not so weird that you haunt poor stoner kids just trying to have a party. I've pasted pictures of the college in one of the tunnels, but if you Google Haunted Bradford College, you can see more mysterious pictures.
Ooh.
Oh, I know this college. Yep. Definitely Google this college, guys. Huh. And they would use those tunnels to get to class sometimes. Those tunnels are scary as fuck.
Not those.
Not those tunnels.
Not these tunnels.
No.
Fuck that.
Laura. That was a really good one, Laura.
Oh, this is a beautiful campus.
It is. The most haunted ones always are.
Oh, I really want to go to there.
I want to go to there.
I want to go to there.
Maybe we will.
Maybe. All right, this will be the last one.
Last one.
And it's going to be The Haunted School and the Hungry Ghost.
Ooh.
It's like a children's novel.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hey, spooky ladies. My name is Sam, and you can please call me Sam. Cool.
Can I call you Lamb?
Nope. Sam.
Okay.
Can we call you
Just
Yam? I must start off with the usual. I came across your podcast after needing something to take the edge off. See, I'm a pregnant teacher who is no longer allowed wine or cold cuts and was searching for something to soothe my soul. Oh, I love a cold cut.
I'm glad we could soothe your soul.
Like wine and cold cuts, that's a big compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah. You both popped into my life, and I'm truly thankful to share my days with you. Teaching through a pandemic, morning sickness, and now heartburn have been no fun, but hearing you both share your humor and knowledge with the world makes it a lot brighter.
Aww.
Don't stop what you're doing, and I hope one day our paths will cross.
Sam.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah.
That was so sweet. And at this point, I hope your baby rocks, because they're probably like 5.
Hell yeah. Your baby rocks, Sam.
Pandemic babies are crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing
Elena
with
has
that?
one.
How's that going?
Yeah. P.S. My spooky crotch goblin is due in November, and please please know I will be raising not only a strong female, but also your newest group of Morbid fans.
Hell yeah.
Anywho, to my story. Right from college, being a desperate youngin', I accepted a job at an old Catholic school near my college. Hot young priest.
Hot young priest.
Hot young priest.
Are we this isn't haunted colleges.
This is hot young priest.
So, except we broke it with the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this will
make up
another,
for it.
Yeah, it'll make up for it. Well, who knows? I haven't read it.
Yeah.
So even though the pay was crop, I felt right at home and I was Did I say crop?
Even though the pay was crop.
I think that might have been like my Valley Girl coming out.
Even though the pay was crop.
The pay was crop. Take the 10 to the 4 to the 5.
Crop,
Crop. So even though the pay was crop, I felt right at home and I was eager to get my foot in the door. Flash forward to starting my 13th year of teaching. I still love what I do.
Lucky number 13.
Oh, yeah. I just need a few more naps and glasses of wine than I used to. I also need to specify that I am not Catholic. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
But I was hired because who can say no to a spunky blonde who's willing to work her ass off for less than $30,000 a year?
Not this lady.
Nope. Let's just say they were more than okay with me not converting. I would consider myself spiritual. I believe in God and heaven, spirits, but I also believe in women's right to choose, LGBTQ+ community, and protecting trans kids, gun control, etc. Hell yeah, Sam.
Sam.
Okay, climbing off my soapbox to get to the spooky part. The school was really old, run down, but beautiful. And the best thing was, it was a church, then a convent, yay for adorable nuns, and then turned into a crumbling school many years later.
Then it just turned into a crumb.
Then it was a crumb. A wee little crumb.
Little crumb.
A little crumb.
That's a spooky ass evolution.
Yeah.
That's going
scary.
from a church to a convent to a kids' Catholic school.
And then to a crumb.
And then to a crumb.
To a crumb. So let's just say entering the building gave off a certain feel to it.
Yeah.
Maybe that was just the mold in the walls, the bats that needed to be regularly caught, caught monthly, but something always felt like it was just there with you. Or maybe that could have been the many Jesuses on the cross that lined the walls.
That
the
was
halls.
what it was.
That's definitely what
that
it was.
was it.
Ooh, spooky. When the building was used as a convent, one unique feature was that it had a tunnels in the far corner of the building. Why the hell would that be, you might ask? Well, back in the day when the town's first hospital was adjacent to the convent. I keep saying,
I like that.
Yeah, what?
You're thinking right.
Yeah. Nuns would use the tunnel to enter the hospital at a moment's notice. When somebody was nearing the end of their life, they would be called over to provide some comfort and help give last rites, a Catholic tradition of a special prayer when someone is dying. I never saw this tunnel myself, but our custodian said it was locked up. But he would open it from time to time to make sure the tunnel wasn't collapsing. I would have given my right arm to tour that tunnel.
Yes.
But I had to keep up appearances that I was a mature adult who was in charge of children.
Oh, I'll never do that.
Yeah, no. Random side note, the school had all the original windows, doors, hardware, old and crappy, but cool. Ooh. And the railings in our school were called nun catchers.
Nun catchers?
As they were the old style of railing with a long pole, and the nuns would be running down the stairs but get snagged by the poles on their long habits.
I never knew that was a thing. I need to
Nun
go on a deep dive of
grabbers?
Catholic school shit. Nun catchers?
Nun catchers.
That's awesome.
I think I called them nun grabbers.
I like that.
Nun catchers. Walking my students down the stairs always felt so cool to think of how many people had walked this building before me and how many nuns were snagged as I caught my teacher sweaters on them.
Hell
weekly.
yeah.
One day I was alone in my classroom during the summer months, prepping for the following year. See why they hired me? I'm much older and wiser, and I wouldn't be caught dead there during my break.
Of course not.
Working in my room, I heard the doorbell. Yes, an old school doorbell, as we kept our school secure during the day, and you had to be let in if you didn't have a key. Looking out the window, I saw a FedEx truck. Knowing the office was closed, I went to get the door, as I saw he had a few rather large boxes. I ran down the stairs, my room was on the second floor, signed for the packages, held the door, and said goodbye and thank you to the delivery driver. Excuse me. As I closed the door and turned to go up the stairs, I heard a cupboard slam shut. If you stand at the front of the school, you're greeted by a split level along with a very ripped Jesus on the cross. Whoa!
A very ripped Jesus.
Jesus says, "Can you spot me?" One set of stairs goes up to the classroom.
Do you even lift, bro?
Imagine Jesus just sweet looking at you and saying, "Do you even lift, bro?" Iconic. They pull the lunk alarm for Jesus at Planet Fitness.
He definitely gets the lunk alarm.
Right? One set of stairs goes up to the classrooms and the other goes down to more space. The noise came from the downstairs area. I would have shit myself.
Yep.
This area was underground, but still had very tiny windows on top. It held a multi-purpose room along with our teacher lounge. You know, because what says come enjoy and relax with your lunch? In the basement.
Yeah.
I know. The sound came from the staff lounge. I heard it again, this time a bit softer. I stood like an idiot on the stairs, this set of stairs going up, of course, but I thought I should probably call out in case it was a hungry coworker. I should do that before I shit my pants, because if good old Carol comes walking up with a salad in hand, I'm never going to be able to come back to work. So I called out, "Hey, Mr. John, is that you?"
Mr. John?
I thought it might have been our custodian, as he works during the summer months. No answer. And again, standing like an idiot, I heard it. The sound. I knew exactly what it was, but I will never forget it. I heard a drawer slide and slam open, then what sounded like if you took your hand, placed it on a pile of cutlery, silverware, metal serving spoons, etc., and began to violently shake your hand around.
Oh.
So like
that was
somebody...
a very good way of describing that.
Yeah, that's
I know exactly what that sound is.
Terrifying. The sound was so loud, it sounded like the drawer itself was shaking loose from the wall. I took one final listen and bolted up the stairs.
Yeah, fuck that.
Why not just go outside, you may ask? Well, my car keys, phone, and purse were all in my classroom, and I needed to go there first.
I feel that.
Once to my room, having passed a second ripped Jesus on the cross. Should have pulled the lunk alarm. I closed my door and I called my sister. I needed a minute to muster the courage to bolt. I needed to leave my room, past the ripped Jesus, and down the same set of stairs to the school code.
You should have grabbed the ripped Jesus off the wall.
The power of ripped Jesus compels you.
The power of leg day compels you.
Oh, these quads. I would need to turn back to, I was going to say rip Jesus again, put the code in and leave. But I was dreading doing that with my back toward the stairs leading to the basement. On the phone with my sister, I ran down the stairs, punched in the code, and took the quickest look into the basement before slamming the door behind me. All was silent and still, except for my heart beating in my ears, and my sister on the line telling me I was okay. How the hell would she know? Once out in the parking lot, I had another scare. As I frantically looked around the parking lot, I saw no cars, no bikes, no other teachers, not the custodian, not even the goddamn Pope had been in the building with me.
Oh no.
I had been alone in that building.
Oh no.
Thanks, ladies, for listening, and keep it weird. Take it away, Ash. But not so weird that you don't do leg day with Jesus.
It's true. Don't do that.
I hate that.
That freaks me out.
I can hear that sound in my head of like metal clanging together.
And it's very like hospital-like.
Yeah.
Too. Like that kind of like the metal drawer.
And like they shoved
clanging.
like the trays back.
Yeah, like that just freaks me out.
Ew.
Damn.
There was no hot priest in that one.
There was no hot priest in that one.
Damn, just a hungry ghost.
That's okay.
That was a fun one.
That was a fun one. I liked
that
that. The spooky schools was definitely a good choice.
It really was.
And we'll be dressed up for the next one. We'll plan ahead. Yeah, we'll make sure we're in costume.
In the garb.
We don't half-ass.
Maybe we'll dress up as hot priests.
Oh my god. Can we do that?
We can do whatever we want because it's our show.
We're going to do that.
All right. You heard it here first. We'll be back next month as hot priests. So look forward to that.
Look forward to it.
And in the meantime, we hope you keep listening.
And we hope you
keep it weird. But that's where the one, don't dress up as a hot priest. Two, that if you are a hot priest, you don't help somebody with their fucking demon shit going on. Keep it so weird that you're a hungry ghost. Yeah. Live your best life. And
Just keep it weird.
Just keep it weird. Yeah. Sorry, I broke, but I love you, and I don't know. Bye.
Make sure to get your boots.
Keep it so weird that you put your boots on.